When you say Newton Boys and Girls Club, Dave Sellers goes with the Newton Boys. You just can't think of the two separate.
He's about the kids.
Those are the good old days, right?
Dave is a very big part of the club.
It was all about the kids. It was never about Dave.
He was born to be a Boys Club worker.
His whole life was centered around how can he enrich the lives of those kids. You do not find people like that in this world, the way you find David Sellers.
When I first met Dave, he was a little boy on a bicycle. He was a very, very nice boy, very courteous, and I liked him very much.
He ran from school to come into my office and ask me what he could do. This is what he was born to do. It made me feel good about myself. That's what it does. I mean, that's the biggest thing that it does. It made me feel good about me, and that allowed me to do things in my life and to say, I owe.
We never knew how good we had it, having Dave there, running the show, being in charge.
Dave, long sideburns, Dave, way back in the day.
What I've always found amazing about Dave was that there was no limit to what he would do to help kids.
Each kid was, you know, an individual, and he let them know that.
Dave Sellers goes with the Newton Boys. You just can't think of the two separate. I can't fathom it. Eventually it'll sink in.
Being with Dave was an experience, I gotta say that. He taught me a lot of things that I probably would have never learned had I not worked under him.
I do get a feeling, a good feeling, obviously, when you see a member doing the right thing.
Someone was always messing up, and Dave had to put him in line. And you could hear his voice all over the place.
Dave wouldn't let many things go, okay? Dave's strategy usually, when a problem presented itself, was to nip it in the bud right away. And usually he wasn't very quiet as he was trying to do that, okay?
Well, he did have a certain, well, of course, he had a unique sound.
Stay up, Johnny.
I remember when someone was goofing off, he'd always say, cut it out. Always say it just like that. And everyone would look and think, oh yeah, Dave's here.
I see it, Johnny. I see it. Mark, Danny, and I.
That booming voice comes out, and the kids stop in their tracks because they know. And that's how we felt back then. I mean, if you got him mad, something seriously was wrong. You know, I understand the power that I wield in my job, and it is a power. And I guess maybe I didn't recognize it as early as that I can hurt with a word or a saying, a child or a young adult. So you wield that kind of power, I guess. But it was a trust. It was a trust that was given to me because it was what was done for me.
He really dedicated his whole career to helping young kids, to helping boys and girls. He truly dedicated his career. He cared more about the kids than he cared about what he was going to do with his own career. His whole life was centered around how can he enrich the lives of those kids.
So 2 years ago when I wanted to go back to school, Dave went to the board and asked if it would be possible to help me out to go back to school, and then I would pay back the club. So the day I went and signed up for classes, Dave knew that I needed the check, so he came and brought me his own personal check so that I could sign up for my classes and be all set.
Boys and Girls Club was here before me. It had an atmosphere before me. I mean, I try to maintain an atmosphere, but I am a maintenance of a trust. I am not the trust itself. I'm not sure if anybody, any one individual or any series of individuals can take credit for that. I think everybody that's walked through here is a part of that history.
I mean, you look at where the Boys Club started on Dalby Street and what they had, the type of facility that it was, and Dave made it work there. He had nothing.
Well, it was a strange place, and you had to be a certain kind of person to live within the confines of that building. You know, the gym, you're playing basketball in there, you got to be careful or you're going to run right through the wall. Downstairs, the rooms were small, a lot of children in one place.
Dave really understood what the Boys and Girls Club meant to the Nonantum community especially, and he always strived to protect that and how that relationship worked with not only the community, but the community at large.
Moving from 101 Dalby Street to the new club was special to him. I mean, it meant a whole lot to him to see the club move in the direction it moved to the bigger facility and to the facilities that they have today and more programs and the more members. I mean, that was all Dave Sellers driven.
I think it was Mr. Spinelli was building the building, and they were there for several days while we were moving in. And it was like, Dave, should I do this? Dave, should I do that? And I heard one of the workers say, doesn't anybody know how to do anything without that Dave guy?
To move the club from the heart of the lake to where it is in Newtonville, West Newton, took an awful lot of courage, but it took some foresight. It took a vision to be able to see how we make this water yard, this water building, into something that really will serve the young people of Newton. And it's where it's located. I mean, he led that charge with a strong backing from the Joe Biottis, the Papa Nicolazos, the John Barrys of the world. Those people invested and had confidence and trust in David. And man, he stepped up and delivered and has given Newton a treasure. You know, they say you judge a society by the monuments it leaves. Well, Newton is leaving a monument to the young people in the name of the Boys and Girls Club, and I think Dave Sellers deserves a lot of credit for that.
I hope we allow and reinforce family values. That you know, the family is an important part of things. Those things that you get out of a family, if you can't get it out of yours, maybe you can get it from the Boys and Girls Club family.
And in a way, he took his home to work. You know, we were kids. He was a single dad with 2 kids, so when we got out of school, we went to the Boys Club. We participated in the programs there. We had the dinner hour he had.
He always found the time for me and Julie, and you know, she and I were very possessive of his time, you know, through the years.
He lets you make your own mistakes and learn from them, but he loves and supports you through them, and I think he did that with anyone at the Boys Club as well as he did with David and I. Having 2 young children to take care of in a single father capacity, I think they both worked hand in hand. I think, you know, originally he brought those skills to his job, but I think having that type of job helped him be a better dad too.
I think he was a great dad just because of his propensity to give to others.
I don't want to brag that the Boys and Girls Club is the only thing. It's not. Other people and other places do good things for kids. But I think there would have been a special hole here until the Boys and Girls Club returned or something came in to take its place.
Dave was coaching one of the other teams as a fill-in, and he was all over me because I was doing my usual horrible job on the court. And he had really was letting me have it on one call. And I turned around and I gave Dave a technical foul. And I remember when I gave it, the whole club just got quiet. It was like you could hear a pin drop. Dave came up to me after the game, and I was expecting to really hear it from him. And he said, I did the right thing. And I think he was basically telling me it took a little bit of courage to do that to Dave. Quite frankly, I was a little nervous, but he made me feel better after that. But then he still reminded me that I did blow the call.
The staff members would clean the Boys and Girls Club on Dalby Street. We would clean it, we would paint it, we would wax floors, wash floors. Dave happened to be walking down the hall, and he says, Joyce, have you ever washed the floor before? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, you're not doing it right. So he came, he took the mop from me. He goes, you're doing this. You're pushing the dirt back and forth. He says, you got to bring it this way, and started mopping, going backwards. He says, now this way, you're pulling the dirt back with you and taking it out of the room. I was like, oh, thank you. And to this day, I wash a mean floor.
Dave was not the best school bus driver. You know, I can remember in downtown Boston on a field trip trying to take a corner, and you know, maybe it was the lady that parked a little too close to the corner, but you know, that corner of the car doesn't exist today.
I just remember going into the corner, and I was running about 100 miles an hour and just cross-checked 2 people, boom, into the corner. And of course, the whistle immediately blew. And I just stood there with my back to him, and I didn't want to turn around because it was just too obvious. So I just very slowly turned around, and he just had the whistle still in his mouth, frozen, waiting for me to turn around. And then he just went to the box.
It was Saturday afternoon. Creature double feature, then wrestling was on. No one had money for sodas. We're all at Giuseppe's buying subs and stuff, and we're like, I think he's upstairs. He's like, James, get your hand, put up in the Coke machine. He starts ripping down the sodas out of the machine. Nevertheless, Dave was in the other room. Get out of there!
There isn't one time, and there isn't one person. There's been too many, you know, that have been close to me and have been supportive of me. and that I've enjoyed working with, and you know, on all angles. And there's been some down times too, kids that you haven't succeeded with, and those stick out in my mind as well as the ones that do.
I think it's just he truly cared. He cared. It wasn't the dollar amount, it wasn't the success, he cared about the people.
If I had to raise my glass and say anything to Dave, I'm really just saying thank you for really devoting your life to making me a better person and to making, you know, men, women, children, and families all the better in our community.
Dave Sellers, we're all indebted to you.
I got a plan. This is what we should do. We should get you a brand new Ferrari.
Thank you for your dedication to the youth of the city and to me personally. I love you, I'll miss you, and good luck.
There's no way he's going to stay home. He's going to be involved, as I said, in some way. We haven't seen the last of him.
I know he's probably very uncomfortable hearing all these accolades for him, because Dave was never the type of guy that liked to hear the compliments about his good work. I think he'd be more comfortable, you know, taking a bunch of 8-year-olds out and teaching them how to shoot free throws.
With a Ferrari, everything else just sort of falls into place when you have a Ferrari.
Irreplaceable. You know, you did a tremendous good for so many people in this community. Lots of love, my friend.
Before you start to cry.
I know, I thought about it coming up, I'm like, it feels like a eulogy.
How do you describe Dave? He's a great guy. We love him! Do we love Dave Sr.? Yeah!
David Sellers will always be a part of the Boys and Girls Club. He can't help it. He just lives and breathes it. And we are better because he was here.
And then you're probably saying, where's the money gonna come from?
Dave, take some time and enjoy the rest of your life. You've helped enough kids over the years grow into adults, and we all remember you, and thank you.
This right here is a dollar bill. And this dollar bill should get the wheels turning to get a Ferrari at your front door.
David, you're the best. Just God bless you, and I'm very, very proud to call you my friend. And I'm very proud that we have worked together in the Newton Boys and Girls Club.
With 47 years of club members coming through the doors all the time, if everybody donates $1 like this one, I can see a Ferrari in your future.
Dave, this is Governor Patrick, and I just want to congratulate you on decades of wonderful service to the kids in Newton. God bless. Thanks for what you do.
I've been able to do pretty much whatever I wanted to do. Walk down most of the roads that I wanted to walk down, whether it was a new sport or a new activity. You know, I might have had the last Peter Pan. You know, that I was able to stay that child forever. And that's, you know, that worked well for me. I think it worked well for the kids that I work with too, to be able to do that.